I'm the owner and founder of the Grazing Haus Ocala, and it's been such a fun adventure. I kind of got started last year, in terms of a formal business, but it goes back probably about 2.5 years. I was asked to fill in at a local coffee shop for a monthly ladies' night out to teach a workshop. It was out in the villages, and the chef that they had on board, the villagers didn't like him. And so they needed somebody to fill in. And I have an education background. I used to teach 4th and 5th grade. And so I said, why not? It's food. I have a master's in food of eating. So I said I could do this. And it started off as me just coming out and once a month getting out of the house away from my family for a little bit. And it turned into something wonderful. And she ended up closing her business, but I thought, why does these charcuterie workshops have to stop? And I decided to bring it to the Ocala area around October of last year. And we started off with workshops, and they have been very well received. So in the little break room area, you have a little small Lunchable box. Some of you are already indulging in that. It's a mixture of, nuts and cheeses and meats and chocolates, just some of the things that we really love with our company. So after kind of doing a few workshops, I realized it was a little more than just me getting out of the house. People were enjoying themselves. They were connecting again. And when you think about what the term grazing actually means, it's to eat small quantities of food frequently. And that frequently part I really enjoy because I can keep coming back and back, whether it's to a table or a board, often, and nobody judges me for it because that's the concept of what a grazing table or an experience is. But as you see the pictures, my workshop started bringing people together. And that kind of hit a note in my soul a little bit, and it kind of just awakened and excited me to keep pursuing this concept of workshops and maybe boards, and now it's tables, and it's bringing women together and girlfriends, and mainly, I'll be honest, it's mainly women that come to the workshops, and then they bring it home to their husbands, and the husbands enjoy it. But we do have a lot of couples workshops as well, but it was just a concept of connectivity, and what better way to connect over food? And just like coffee, there's always conversation that's around it. And for me personally, sometimes I get nervous in new environments, so the food is always like the first thing I can talk about, because I see you keep going back to that same cheese, and I want to know why you like that one over the other one. So that's really where my energy comes from with this business, is connecting people together over food, and really yummy options as well. And so when we think about some of the things that I offer here at the Grazing Haus, grazing tables. So they can be as small as what I did at the healthcare event, the CEP event, for about 25, or upwards of 300. So food is just so beautiful, and it really displays so well. And these are some of the options that we can present, whether it's a round table, a tiered option, a flat lay, weddings, baby showers, celebrations of life, just because it's Friday. Like, those are really what I've enjoyed doing the tables for, and I'm a part of people's everyday celebrations. And that means a lot to me, and it just so happens to be surrounded by food. And so you'll get to taste some of those if you're open the box already. But I can be as creative as you or the customer wants, in a sense. Most of the people reach out to me because they don't want to do the work, and that's been working towards my favor in a sense. And especially the comment that I get all the time is, this is the easiest party I've ever done. Because when you're finished, whatever's left, if there is any, you roll up the paper and you throw it away. There's no chafing dishes to deal with. There's no things to kind of clean up. It's eat it, it's done, and we move on. And if there are things to collect, I come back around and grab them later in the evening or the next day or something like that. It's really cool too because a lot of people think charcuterie should be cold right out of the fridge, and it actually should not be. You should have your charcuterie out of the fridge, charcuterie and cheese, at least 45 minutes before you even consume it. Just like wine should be at a certain temperature and beer, it should be consumed at almost room temperature and can stay out for almost 2 to 3 hours in a temperature-controlled environment. And that's, you will notice a difference if you eat cheese right out of the fridge versus if it's been sitting out for a while. And so that's why your stuff, it was refrigerated when it got here, but as it, the next hour, it's going to taste much different. And so that's kind of a little myth that people do, or you eat the cheese right out of the fridge. So another popular option recently has been our Grazing cones and cups. This is a more cost-effective option for people who are on a budget because it's one personal individual portion per guest or friend or client, whatever you want to do. The cones are great. It's a beautiful displayed setup like this. In the center, it just looks really pretty. But the cups are also more, let's say, realistic because you can walk around the party, set it down, grab another one, come back, or with your drink or whatever. But the cones, if you don't have any seating available at your event, they can just hold it and consume right from there. Everything just pops in their mouth. It's very mobile, and it's great display. And I mean, the food is beautiful too, but when it's displayed in this manner, people really kind of gawk over it. And some hosts enjoy that aspect. Oh my gosh, this looks so great. Who did you use? Another options, like I said, are the workshops. So we need a minimum of 8 people for me to come and do a workshop. We can do privately in your home or your business or some off-site locations that we've chosen around the county. And what happens at the workshop is as you see on the right, I bring everything already prepped for you, and then you're going to do the rest of the work. And I interactively with you in the group, we work on how to style the board, all the tips and tricks right now in society that are super fun, the roses, how to cut the cheese, because there is a way to cut a certain cheese that yields itself to yields itself to your palate. But you leave from the workshop with a board that will feed 2 to 4 people. It always comes with a customized wooden engraved name tag, whatever the season is. Jellies, jams, meats, fruits, all of the things. By the end, most people are like, this is a lot of work. Can I just pay you to do it? But then some people really get into it. Then they take it back or they tag me, they send photos. So it's a fun outing with your friends or for a corporate event, a team building option. We've had a few of those as well, but it's a cool, something different than just going downtown on a weekend. So that's another option that we have here. In addition to that, this is kind of our bread and butter. We started off with boards. My husband curates our boards, maybe if it'll load. We have 1-foot options, 2-foot, and 3-foot board options. The wooden board does come with the purchase, so you can keep the wooden board. Some people enjoy that. They can reuse it at a different time. Do I need to click the button again? And they're priced per option. So the 1-foot board starts at $60, and then it goes to $120 for the 2-foot and $165 for that long 3-foot board. Guests sometimes don't want the grazing table option. They would just want a board to lay as a centerpiece for an event. I do make it so the 3-footer breaks in half, so you can separate the food at an event so not everybody's hovering over one area. But all 3 of those display really beautiful at a baby shower or party. And I always try my best to get a wide variety of seasonal fruit and veggies and cheeses and meats, but they are completely customizable for whatever event or palate that you have. Nobody tends to like blue cheese, any of my customers, which makes me a little sad, but I don't know why. So that's not usually a popular option, but as you see, salami and manchego, all of those display so beautifully on the boards. So we started off with a few workshops, and then we did the boards, and now we're mainly focused on grazing tables. Those are the most popular at the moment. So corporate orders are another avenue that are growing with our business. Like your small boxes that I've created for you, they're perfect for a large event. So on Thursday, we have a Hocus Pocus event downtown at Marion Theater. So with a ticket purchase, you'll receive one of our boxes there. Those are perfect. They're just a great gifting box. It's a mini graze, and you get the wide variety of meats and cheese and fruits and things like that. And then we have smaller plates. I can do vegan options, gluten-free, whatever the dietary preference is, really flexible with all the orders. But the corporate orders are great options for gifting your staff or employees or just your clients to say thank you for a great year, any of those things. So one of the things that I think, I know moving forward, I want to focus more on booking weddings and corporate events, larger tables, larger corporate orders, and that's what I would love your help with today, to brainstorm some of those options of how I can get my name out there to those different businesses and clients. I think the Grazing tables present so beautifully, and I'm noticing in society or our community, they want something that is beautiful, aesthetically beautiful, and delicious, that they don't have to do themselves, so that they can just show up, it's there already, enjoy it, and then leave. They don't have to fuss over all the details. So that's one of my huge focuses as we move into the next year of business. So if you don't follow me already, please do. The Grazing Haus Ocala on Facebook and Instagram. You'll see all of my orders and just the day-to-day socialization of the business. Yes, that's all.
I just had so much fun and got hungry, and I'm looking forward to eating my box.
Yes,
So,
good.
I've got a list of questions.